Dung beetle. In the desert, your compass is cast skyward for a night that pulls its collar tight. The book is a collection of poetry that I wrote over the past 3 years that is primarily focused on a grieving process that I was going through, a breakup. But it's filtered through an interest that I had in mathematics and entomology and magic and vaudeville a bit. Scientists place cardboard hats on beetles to cover the dorsal eyes. So the poems sort of move from mathematics, a focus that I had on mathematics, and then the vaudeville poems are poems about Elvis, poems about Houdini, and a kind of sadness that I saw in their existence. And then I came across the work of an entomologist at the University of Phoenix who had traveled around the world and had been stung by a lot of insects, and he created an index of the pain of sting. And I started writing these portraits of insects because they're quite fascinating. And I found that the filter that I was looking at them had to do with my own personal, the suffering that I was feeling at the time. And so, there's too much magic to ignore. So things like dung beetles navigating by the Milky Way, I found I was really drawn to the poetry in that. And stars are points on the chart, light fixtures, like crumbs dropped on the path. You know, a way to explain the world is what I think all artists are doing. Mathematics is doing that for the universe and making sense of it, and there's nothing about that that doesn't draw me in. But with nothing to draw a dotted line from, wouldn't you know they trample each other? And it felt very cathartic to me to be able to say, here are the poems that I wrote during a time when I was suffering, but now it's finished and this is the proof, like the empirical proof of that emotional experience. When life hands you lemons, remember you hatched in dung. Underrated shit kicker, sheath-winged stargazer. You make a world of it, a brooding ball. Like Atlas, the sky is a map on your shoulders, rolling across the desert alone, manning the observatory.